Thank you. It was a good win for us, playing at home against Miami of Ohio, which has become a huge rival in this state in college football. I guess it's pretty unusual for anybody to have an 11-game winning streak, but we've won it for 11 times in a row. Miami came in and competed. That's always a great game. Unfortunately for us, we had to go into the game with our backup quarterback, Ross Trail. Hayden Moore tweaked his ankle in the Houston game. We decided to hold him out. He wasn't 100% ready. Hopefully we'll be this week. But I thought Ross did well. He competed. He threw a couple interceptions, a couple of bad balls he'd love to have back. But we played good on defense, held him to 300 yards, and we had over somewhere around 500 yards offense. We lost the battle of turnovers, which is one of our goals each week. We had 3, they had 2, and so that was one negative for us. But overall, it's a very good game for us. Anytime you win in college football is big. We're still growing as a team. We're getting a little bit better in some areas. Some areas we're still looking for answers, but we're closing in on the halfway mark. This week we play, I would say, the most talented overall team in our conference with athletes. It's typical from a Florida school. We played them, obviously, South Florida every year, and the talent and the athletes they have, the speed, they give you a lot of problems. They run into a hornet's nest in Florida State last week after they had gotten beat by Louisville. But you can tell the quarterback's really playing well. They've got a lot of speed at receiver. And, we're just looking forward to playing them here at home. We'll have a great crowd, national TV audience. But we've got to worry about ourselves. We've got to keep improving, and hopefully we get some people back healthy. We played last week without 3 starters on defense and a couple on offense. So we need to get back full strength now that we're getting into conference play.
We'll open up to questions for Coach Tuberville. Please star 1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue. Then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll take our first question from Dan Tortora with Wake Up Call DT. Thank you.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good morning. Good. Thank you.
To take a look at your defense coming through this last game against Miami of Ohio, to do what you did and score, obviously, 10 points on offense, but defensively shut them out toward the end of the game and finishing. Just what you can say about assessing your team and how they finish in that game and in the first third of the season so far.
Yeah, we're maturing. We haven't played great on defense. We've just been fortunate enough to force turnovers. We've given up 500 yards a couple of times. Our defense has to teams that we've played. We're going to play better offenses as we go down the stretch. But we're finding out more depth. Last week we had 2 safeties out. Hopefully we get them back this week. We lost our middle linebacker. We've had a couple of guys step up in that position, but we've got more depth. We've got more depth at defensive line. We're not a great defense. We're just a defense that's trying to build an identity. We'll get better and better, a lot of young guys on the team. I think last week the offense helped us. The offense had the ball 93 snaps. Defense was on the field 58 snaps, which is a huge difference in the week before when we played Houston. So we need to get better in all areas, not just on defense but on offense. But signs of improvement are there. We don't have long to wait. We're getting back into conference play this week, so hopefully we'll get back and get more confidence back from this game we played last week on both sides of the ball.
Coach, when you look at depth for this team, obviously going through injuries, you're going to put guys out there that wouldn't necessarily be out there otherwise. So building that depth at quarterback, getting some experience there for your backup, as well as what you had said about defensively, just what you can say about the experience and how important this is, even though there might be some of a learning curve at this point.
Yeah, it's important. Experience wins for you in college football. You can't put a number of inexperienced players out there as a group and expect to win and beat good football teams. And so we're trying to build our depth through experience. We've got better players than what we've had. We're just trying to get a lot of the younger players experience, trying to get them on the field, trying to get their feet wet, and trying to get them to understand the tempo of the game, how they got to play, how they got to concentrate. So that's a learning process. It's kind of like last week. Ross Trail going in, we're playing your state rival team, knowing that you're going to get their best shot, starting a redshirt freshman quarterback that really had no clue what was going on in terms of the speed of the game. To play well, that's going to pay dividends for us down the road. And again, Hayden Moore did the same thing last year. He had to come in and play and beat some pretty good teams as a backup. So it's all about experience, all about getting depth, and we're getting a little bit closer on that.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll take our next question from Joey Knight with Tampa Bay Times. Please go ahead.
Coach, I don't imagine you have to motivate your guys too much after last year's USF game when just the floodgates opened on you. Had you ever been involved in a game like that?
You stay in it long enough, you'll have some of them happen to you. But they put a good one on us. I tell you, they've really done a good job. They changed their offense. It looks like they're running the Ole Miss offense of that Hugh Freeze put in a couple of years ago at Ole Miss. They're throwing the ball deep down the field. But when you got a quarterback that can run, can make plays, it really gives you all kind of options of what you can do. And they played well at times this year. You can tell they're confident, more confident this year in what they're doing. So, we got our hands full. It's obvious. But we remember last year's game, got beat up bad. And so we're looking forward to playing this year and see if we've improved any.
And we'll take our next question from Leo Haggerty with It's Sports Magazine. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Coach, 3 real quick questions. The first one, how do you prepare for such an up-tempo, fast-break offense that USF gives you?
Well, seems like everybody's starting to do it. Everybody's getting a quarterback that can run. It's kind of going back to the old wishbone days, option days. That's all it is. It gives the option of the quarterback to hand it off, run it, or throw it. And then they do it with tempo. You can imagine how good Oklahoma would have been years ago with their offense had they understood anything about the up-tempo option out of the wishbone. That would have been devastating with the players that they had. So it's been interesting, to watch in my career this kind of come to fruition of people spreading it out, running all kind of different formations, really involving the quarterback and running the football. It's a mix between wing T and triple option, and then when you add the go fast theory to it, it really limits what you can do on defense. So you've got to be in good shape, you got to be prepared, and then you got to have confidence. We've seen it several times this year. Not that we played it very well. Neat experience playing against a team like that.
Coach, why do you think the spread doesn't compute to the NFL?
Oh, just because the quarterback. Nobody in the NFL really wants their quarterback. They're going to pay them $10 million a year. They don't want them out running because they're so hard to find. I think eventually they're going to have to come to a little bit of it. You've got Jameis Winston down in Tampa Bay now. He's more of the running type. You have the quarterback from Minnesota, the Teddy Bridgewater, that was kind of like that. The Johnny Manziel. I think you're going to see, as time goes, the evolution of a different type of quarterback in the NFL, because that's all they're going to be able to get, because that's all you're getting to come through the high school ranks now is the spread type quarterbacks. Really what they're doing, they're taking their tailback in the high school system, who is usually used to be the best player, and putting him at quarterback. And whether they can throw or not, it's more of a running game. And so now it's moving up into the college ranks, and it's going to eventually filter into the NFL. I would think. Now, I'm sure they're going to try to fight that off, but I just don't see a lot of quarterbacks coming up and being any in the pro style offenses that you used to see that were prevalent in college football.
Coach, last question, and thank you for your time. Les Miles gets fired at LSU with a record of 114-34. He won one national championship and played in another. You may have experience talking about this. Are colleges just have unrealistic expectations when it comes to coaching?
Well, I think as colleges and fans, everybody wants to win every game. It's not going to happen. Les is a good friend of mine. He was down there for a long time, did a good job. It's the situation that we live in now. I saw a little of the game the other night, and sometimes fans over the years, last year how Les went through the end of that season, you could tell, is he going to be there? Is he not going to be there? Then he stays. But, it's just a matter of time. Everybody's looking for a reason. But no, that's sports. Everybody hangs their hat on sports now. It's not as much as politics. It's not as much anything. Everybody, I think, takes their frustrations out on sports, and winning makes it fun for everybody and kind of takes the pressure off. But it's a great profession that we have, but it's also a tough profession because of all the social media and the things that go around with it and that are hooked up to all the coaches now and the players.
Thank you, Coach.